Sorry?
You can hear us?
Yes, perfect.
You can see us?
Yeah.
That's perfect. It's hard to describe how happy I am that we can hear us.
We are happy as
Okay?
Okay.
Good. Then for today's organizational week, I will be the chairman today. So I will tell you who will start speaking and when somebody has submitted to speak. Okay? And then everybody has. I'm sorry because I my voice. You are too loud, probably. That's why I'm hearing my voice. Yeah? That's better now. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, now better.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm still hearing myself repeating the same, but that's okay. So we will have two teams, one Polish team, one Spanish team. In every team we will have four speakers. And then the first speaker from our side, which will be the proposition side, will introduce the topic and teams, and then the first speaker of the other team will also introduce the team. So maybe we'll start from introducing the first speaker, please.
Okay, so I will bring my team. Here's Anna Matusiak, Michał Kawaciński, Michał Scott, and myself, Jakub.
Okay. Now I would like to ask the first speaker of the Spanish team to introduce the team.
Okay. So this is our team. The first girl over there is Alejandra Morel. Next one, Nicodem Janare, Daniel Marin, and myself.
Thank you very much for the invitation. I think we can start. As I said, everybody will have 3 minutes. We start from our side. The first speaker will introduce the topic, and then he will speak. I will control the time and will tell you when we have to finish. You are allowed to ask questions if you want. If you don't want, it's also okay. I'm as a chairman, I control the whole process and also the evaluation, but main person responsible for the evaluation on our side will be Ms. Karolina Kowalewska, and from your team will be Mr. Marcos. Right? Okay. So we will start the first speaker.
So Chairman, your jury, and you, the opposition of us. The thesis for today's debate states as follows. Possession drug should be forbidden by law. At the beginning, we have to take into consideration that there are two main types of prohibition of drugs. Blanket prohibition, which do not allow manufacture, distribution, marketing, sale, or possession of given drug at all. And partial prohibition, which, for example, allows using marijuana for medical purposes. But what are drugs? What are they? So according to the Sentiment Medical Dictionary, a drug is a substance other than food that when inhalated, injected, smoked, consumed, absorbed via patch on the skin, dissolved under the tongue, causes a psychological change in the body. The history of drug laws and wars dates back to the 7th century, when prohibition of alcohol under Islamic Sharia law had been present. It shows us that people have been aware of bad influence of drugs in human body and society for tens of hundreds of years, and have been trying to deal with such problem ever since. During debate, my team will commit that drugs have to be forbidden by the law in some cases for the good of our society. Sacred. Thank you.
Do you have any questions?
No, it's all right.
No question. Then I will say that the first speaker of the other opposition has to speak now.
Okay, so the person in our team to explain the subject will be Danny Marine to introduce our point of view.
Okay, now we're going to present our point of view, but before that, we would like to put emphasis on the fact that we are not defending the consumption of drugs, but their legalization, just to avoid any kind of misunderstandings. And besides, all of our points will be accompanied by a reliable source to provide veracity to all of the points, and then achieve a better experience overall within the debate. And now my partner Andrea is going to go into more detail.
So, should we start explaining our first pro? Yes. Yes. Okay. So, drugs prohibition has had disastrous consequences, like the ones which had alcohol in the 20th century in the American bottom. According to the BBC site, in 1920, the 18th Amendment was passed, making the manufacture and sale of alcohol illegal. But many people in this time of prohibition continued drinking. So, what happened then? In 1929, the Wickersham Commission reported that the provision wasn't working. In February 1933, Commission passed the 21st Amendment, which repealed prohibition. We believe that it's prohibition which makes these drugs so valuable, while giving criminals a monopoly over their supply. Driven by the huge profits from this monopoly, criminals, gangs bribe each other and kill children, law enforcers, and even between their own members. Their trade is unregulated and therefore is beyond of our control. We believe that by eliminating this provision of drugs for adults and establishing appropriating regulation and standards for distribution and use would end up drug trafficking and the enormous war focuses, which are big countries with drug trafficking index, such as Mexico, Venezuela, or Colombia. That's all. Sorry?
No.
Oh, okay.
Speaker number 2. We as a government believe that we must protect individualities because it's in their interest. Because people actually not make well decisions. They always make bad decisions. They don't use their mind sometimes because they follow the fashion or they are under pressure, so they can't make decisions. So we as a government have to make their decision because I can give you an example, like know that using seatbelts can save our life, but actually people still don't use it. So the same is with drugs. People know that drugs can be harmful and damage their life, but actually they still use it. So we as a government believe that society cannot make this decision alone, and we as a government need to create this kind of law.
Sorry, we cannot hear you.
No.
Sorry, we can't hear you.
The audio, it's not working.
No.
No.
No, we can't hear you. Sorry.
Something.
It's when.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's working.
Okay.
Now it's
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, what should I repeat?
Just from the part that you said that drugs are harmful for us, but we still.
Okay.
Okay.
So actually, we believe that when we limit some freedoms, we can protect other freedoms. Because when we are addicted to something, we cannot make a decision in a free way, because it's not our decision, but the substances in our brain, the decision of other people who we are follow, like the situations that I can describe. When people are vegetarian, they always do it because it's passion, because of the health. So in that case, we do what other people are doing. So now we believe that this kind of law can protect our weaker part of society, because someone cannot, the alien person cannot make good decisions because they are under pressure of other circumstances. Yeah, that's all. Any questions?
So you are supporting the legalization of drugs, but what about alcohol and tobacco and all those drugs? They are also drugs and they are legalized.
Could you repeat the question?
Sure. So you are supporting legalization, like drugs being forbidden.
Okay.
What about alcohol, cigarettes? They're also drugs and they're legalized, and we live with them, and society can decide whether using them, consuming them, or not. So what about these drugs?
The problem is that the alcohol is in our culture, because this is the thing that we can add in our life, and if we use it with using in traditional way, we can be out of this addiction. Actually, when we are follow this passion to taking drugs, not from to be cool or to fulfill the expectation of group, we actually aren't free in this point, and we partially agree with legalization of alcohol, but actually cannot agree, partially agree and cannot agree to this legalization of drugs. Are you satisfied with the answers?
Sorry?
Are you satisfied with the answer?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Can we follow? Then I will ask you the speaker number 2 from your side.
Okay. So, good morning, everybody. We have a problem here that we all agree, and it's drugs. We think that we, as said Andrea, do not support drug consumption, but we support drug legalization because we think it's the best solution we have right now to eradicate this problem. As shown in many surveys and studies, drug legalization actually discourages the use of the drugs. Take for instance Netherlands, a country where marijuana and cannabis are legal. Well, the Dutch actually are one of the lowest users of marijuana and cannabis in the whole Europe. In the UK, back in 2004, according to the British Crime Survey, where when cannabis was downgraded to a class C drug, the number of users of the drug went from a 28% to a 21%. And sadly, the most part of the users were teenagers and young people. And that's the problem here, because as shown in other studies like in the US, where over 800,000 young people between 12 years and 17 years old were involved in drug dealing. So with the legalization, what we can do is end this problem with the teenagers getting involved in drugs, in consuming and selling drugs, because we will end up, as Andrea said, with the whole concept of black market relating to drugs. And we can also control who buys the drugs, what quantity is bought, and the quality of the drugs. So it can make them safer. From this problem, we can also take the positive things. And by that, I mean that we can yield taxes and save a lot of money. As it has been argued that the legalization of marijuana in the US would save over $7.7 billion and would yield tax revenue over $6.2 billion annually. So we think that the legalization of drugs is the best option we have right now to take control of this situation, because nowadays there's a war and the war leads to nothing. We have to take control.
We ask a question now.
Okay.
All right, so my question is, wouldn't that raise of drugs?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Wouldn't that raise the consumption of drugs?
No, actually, as I said before, there are a lot of studies that have shown that the legalization of drugs reduce the use. And it's like a strange thing, but actually, as I said, in Netherlands, the number of users of marijuana and cannabis is very low. For example, back in the 20th century in the UK, when heroin was still legal, there were over 50 addicts in the whole UK, according to BBC. And with the prohibition of this drug, now the number raised, and there are over 500,000 addicts. So yes, it actually decreases. Legalization of drugs actually decreases the use of them.
Yes. So you can continue.
So,
No.
we can continue.
If you have something to say.
No, I have nothing.
Yeah. So okay. Now it's time for our turn.
Dear Chairman, dear jury, dear opposition class, thank you for your voice, and right now I'll try to convince you that we want what we want to show you. So I asked myself in this whole debate, where exactly is human in that whole problem of drugs? We are humans because of our mentality, psychology, and social aspects. We are made to protect our life and showing the right in protection of weak. So today I was going to convince that showing the right of life, which is just being a human, is to protect people from abuse. And I use the word with purpose. I said this because I read that the world in which we live right now is full of mind open people. And I believe that those students that can deeply care about that. You agree with me that people who are thinking about drugs, any drugs, are thinking about doing this because of mental weakness. I cannot imagine people who are mentally strong to say words like, it's helped me relax. Besides that, drugs are not the way to relax, but are a way to escape from reality, from daily problems, and hard aspects of our life. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions from your side?
Yes, so firstly, you have said that we have to protect our society or our education, but I have to ask you that if something is illegal, government can't take part in this. So imagine that if drugs are illegally, then government cannot be involved in, for example, the quality or the way they are sold. So, sorry?
So, in United States, 27 states are legal drugs, and it's just the government cannot control this right now. So I completely don't think that making it illegal will help us to have more common to that and be able to protect this more. And I think like we, the society, should help people who are weak, and we should make them believe and help them to protect our life.
Any other question?
Yes.
Okay.
So, thank you. So, I totally agree with you when you say that people who consume drugs are a little bit have mentally weakness. But don't you think that it would be better to have a better social education and culture than just putting this substance like forbidden for the citizens? It's just a question of social education and culture.
I mean, I cannot imagine watching the way of a father in the future. My son, for example, to have the privilege to have drugs and everything he wants to. And I kind of think we should not allow to that. And I really believe what you say, and this is true. Education is important, and we still do that. I didn't say we do that, and we still do that in schools, for example, or in some social aspects of our life. But I really believe that drugs are such a strong abuse. Such a strong way for our health that we just should control this in the way we do right now. And I think making this illegal will not help that, but make it easier to get it. For example, you said that Dutch people have the lowest percent of drug consumed, and I agree with that. Dutch people have the lowest drug consumed, but I think you forgot about tourists. A lot of people come to Netherlands just to have this privilege to have drugs and to buy them, to take them back to their country, or just to smoke in the places they can. So I'm not really sure that the percentage of drugs consumed in Netherlands is lower in the Dutch community, but it's higher in the tourist people.
Okay, I would like to answer to that. Well, first starting with what you said about tourists. Yeah, they are high consumers of these drugs in Netherlands, but why is that? because they have to the drugs all their life of the tourists the drugs were a forbidden thing, and now that that they go to a country where it's legal for say let's say a couple of weeks, they will consume it. But what happens if they were living there all their lives in Netherlands? That they will not consume that much because they cannot consume that much over their whole life. Is the tourists consume that much just because it's a forbidden thing and they have it for a couple of days. That's because the rate of tourist consumers is that high. But actually, if they were living in a country where it's legal, they would not consume that much. Also, use.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but actually you are not allowed answer for the answer. So it was very interesting, but now it's time for the third speaker to speak.
So, first of all, I have to say that most of the psychoactive drugs now prohibited in these modern societies have had medical uses in history. So, for example, LSD is, for psychedelics such as LSD, is the subject of research interest because of its therapeutic potential. I mean, like treating mental illnesses such as depression, stress disorder, or even alcohol dependency. For example, a study of drug users in Amsterdam over a 10-year period by a university called Tilburg in Netherlands concluded that cannabis isn't a stepping stone to start consuming cocaine or heroin. This study found that there was a little difference in the probability of starting consuming hard drugs, such as I said before, cocaine or heroin. I also have to add that, for example, another study made by the US Institute of Medicine said that there is no conclusive evidence that the drug effects of marijuana, for example, are causally linked to the subsequent abuse of other illicit drugs. To continue, I have to say that, for example, the World Health Organization report said that as cannabis is an illegal drug, it's, well, I mean, I'm talking about cannabis, but I can also say other type of drugs such as cocaine or heroin. As they are illegal, its cultivation, harvesting, and distribution are subject to quality control mechanisms to ensure the reliability or safety of these products used by consumers, and that the drug production can result in the contamination with toxic products or adulterants that can kill seriously affect the health of users. And well, to conclude, I have to say that if the government cannot enforce quality control on products that are illegal. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, thank you very much. Do we have questions from the side? Questions? Okay, we will have questions, and you can answer the question, and that's it.
Okay.
Please.
It's very important to remember that most of the drug users are teenagers, and even cannabis is harmful to the young minds that are taking drugs, not only cannabis, but cocaine, heroin, or other drugs. They are destroying their minds, and at the end it might be quite severe damage on their brain. They will become kind of the... Oh yeah, maybe I will ask this question now.
So what do you think about it? Legalizing cannabis might quite have nice yeah, have affected quite heavily.
So yeah, the thing is that if this kind of drugs would be legalized, the government could take part in control them. And imagine you were saying that maybe it can affect our mind or psychologists, but if a prepared person such as a doctor knows what is talking about, then there is no kind of problem or kind of you are not going to be in any kind of danger, because if they are legalized, then you will know what you are going to consume.
Yeah.
Besides that,
Question. Okay.
I have a question. So you are talking about partial prohibition. For example, like alcohol, it's partial prohibition because young people are not allowed to consume, right?
sorry, could you repeat your question?
So you are talking about partial prohibition of drugs like marijuana, cannabis, like alcohol is also partially prohibited because young people are not allowed.
Then there is one of the most important reasons. For example, under 18, for example, teenagers are not allowed to drink alcohol, but they are maybe the ones that most consume this kind of drug. So maybe if this kind of drugs, not alcohol or tobacco because they are legalized, but if other kind of drugs wouldn't be illegal, then maybe the consume would be louder.
You think that? Yeah, you think that drug allowed for everyone, even for the kids?
No, we believe that we should reach appropriate regulation and standards for use for legal like over 18 and under 18, and that alcohol and cigarettes are legalized, but they're not legalized for under 18 people. So why not establishing some standards or regulation with other drugs?
You are still talking about partial prohibition because according to the law, alcohol and cigarettes are partially prohibited. So yeah, you are talking about.
They have regulated standards for use.
Thank you for this exchange. And now it's time for our last speaker from Polish team, and I would like you also to sum up the whole story from our side.
So to sum up all our arguments from our side, we think that we should partially allow some kinds of drug use, like cannabis, of course, only for prescription from the doctor. Also, we believe that the government should protect and control some freedoms on people, like the kind of taking drugs. Because not all of us have some knowledge what drugs are bad for us, what kind of drugs will really damage our brain. It might happen that teenagers take the drugs At the end, the teenager would end up quite damaged and very useful to society, will not be able to walk. So that's our statement. And you said that we should allow to take legalize drugs, but not completely. We should partially legalize some kinds of drugs, heavy drugs. That's good statement, I think. Yeah. Can I have a question? Yeah. We can.
Do you have any questions from your side?
No.
Yeah.
No? So I think that we can start with the last speaker from your side, the short summary.
Now I'll sum up all of our arguments, which can be divided into 3 sections, I would say. First of all, we would like to re-emphasize the fact that in relation to the point that you presented, in relation to letting your children use drugs, that just as cigarettes and alcohol do, they should be prohibited to under 18, and that if regulations in terms of quantity and age are applied, the use of drugs could be more appropriate, I think. The second point that I would like to sum up is the medicinal use for LSD, for example, that has been researched in the last years as a treatment for mental use, and that the legalization of drugs has it discourages their use, just as Netherlands, as we've talked about. And I would like to present our last point, which is related to these last 3. And it is the politic fail that most of the governments from all around the world have insisted on using more resources and have threatened citizens' freedom with the useless effort of ending drug trafficking. Whereas, well, if we had ended this illegalization of the drugs, drug trafficking wouldn't be so severe, and therefore the rate of death would decrease, and it wouldn't be so dangerous to sell and distribute drugs. And therefore the governments would not spend as much money, which could be used in the social education to teach kids and the youth about the drugs. That's all.
Okay, thank you very much. Questions from our side.
All right. So you said that medical LSD have health benefits. So do you think they will not be controlled? They will still work as correctly as they work if they are controlled by medicine and doctors.
At the beginning, probably not. But this is a question of time, education, and just getting used to living with these drugs, such as we have done with alcohol and with cigarettes. We live with them, but still you can choose to consume them or not. Do you get what I want to mean?
Another question from our side. Okay, so you want to educate people. So I think you believe that at some point drugs are dangerous to our life. So actually, do you believe that law can be the best way to control process? Because the government, when it said that it's legal, they cannot protect everyone, and when the law can control people to don't do this. What do you believe?
Thing is that actually nowadays these laws are a disaster because the government cannot take control of the situation. The government has to take control of the situation the other way, making drugs legal, because all laws do is just cover the problem and they spend a lot of money trying to fight with it. But there will be some day that this problem will be so huge that it cannot be controlled. So we think that the best option is legalize drugs right now, that the problem isn't that big, because it will that way we can control and regulate all the aspects of the drugs that right now we cannot do because they are illegal. So that's why we support the legalization.
Questions from our side? Then I would like now to have 5 minutes break, just to discuss between the features, the results, and to summarize the points, and then we will continue again in 5 minutes, if you agree. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
perfect.
Okay.
Tenemos que ir. Os quedáis vosotros. Es que sí, que tiene que hablar. ¿A quién está hablando?